We keep hearing that retail's struggling right now, that consumers are overstretched, but certain individual chains keep putting up great numbers. Take Best Buy, which we recently bought for the Charitable Trust, making me look like a genius, I know, because the stock shot up 13% today in response to the quarter. Of course, look, the actual numbers Best Buy reported this morning were not perfect. Softer revenue, softer same-store sales, offset by really good cost controls, allowed the company to deliver a 13-cent earnings beat off a $1.07 basis. Management's guidance for the current quarter was okay, slightly lower than expected same-store sales guidance, but I saw things that I liked. But, and this is a big but, on the conference call, Best Buy told us that May trends have significantly improved from previous months, reiterate that the year should be getting better as it goes on, in part thanks, yes, of course, the new generation of AI-fueled personal computers, because you're going to get one there and so am I. And that's why even though the stock initially traded lower after results, which I knew was wrong, it only finished the day up big. I think it's got more upside. Don't take it from me, though. Let's dig deeper with Corie Barry, the CEO of Best Buy, to learn more. Ms. Barry, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you so much for having me, Jim.
You're kidding, Corie. I'm thrilled that you're here because you are going to be the first person who's going to explain to me how AI actually is helping your business and how you can make AI help my business, because I don't know how the heck to use it.
One of the most ironic things about AI is that it actually is the most human of technologies. It takes things that used to be really human in nature and then allows us the ability to recreate those things at scale. So we're using it in our business. Like, I'll give you a great example. Right now, you can go out to our website and you can look at reviews that are left by customers. Those reviews are now collected and they're summarized, and then you can sort by those reviews. Just like if I was to talk to a blue shirt, I would say, help me understand what people like or don't like about this. Now you can do that digitally across all of our product categories. And so the way that we're going to start to use AI is to take these devices that can feel like cold and electronic, and actually it will start to be a real human counterpart to what you do day in and day out.
Now, this also means to me that there are two different companies that I'm thinking about getting my AI PC, Dell and Hewlett-Packard. I've got to figure out which ones I want. So what I will do is go to Best Buy, because I don't know how it works, and I won't pit them against each other, but I'll say, you show me one, you show me the other. I believe that, will that not be the way that most people are going to get in what's going to be the biggest refresh cycle in history?
I think what is one of our superpowers is the fact that we are very agnostic to the technology. We are focused on the consumer. And so a lot of this is, what is your preference? What matters to you? Does battery life matter the most to you? Does overheating or using it really frequently matter the most to you? Does form factor, lit up keys, what matters to you as a customer? And so our job is to understand the wide assortment. We're going to have 40 different SKUs at launch. 40% of those will be exclusive to Best Buy, which is the largest in a retail channel. And our ability will be, we don't care which one you like the best, Jim. We just want to help you find the one that solves your particular needs.
Now, I don't mean to slight everything else. It's just that I know we're all going to go. I mean, for instance, I follow when you said the Samsung phone is doing great. But why? Because it also has great AI.
Well, and what's interesting is it's not just about the AI, it's about how do you bring the AI to life. One of the things that our teams do really well is they work way upstream with our vendors, because we understand what people are actually looking for in the products. And we've partnered with Microsoft, we've partnered with Qualcomm, with others, so that we can help influence what actually comes to market. And then we can talk about it in a really human way. It's one thing to say this phone has AI on it. It's another to say, I can circle that lamp and it will tell me immediately where to go buy that lamp. And we're trying to help bring the story to life, no matter who the vendor partner is.
Now, again, I've got I have the biggest screen that you sold. I got that, and you guys put it up for me, and I think others are too, because movies come so fast to the home. But it was a business that you had to finance. I want to know, if rates came down, obviously things would just go so much better. You've got that great private credit card. But people are worried about high price of money. If that came down, would we see many more of those larger appliances go?
I mean, I think rates are always going to be helpful, not just in the credit side of things, but also obviously in the home buying and remodeling side of the business as well. So as rates go down, I think you just see a consumer who tends to have a more positive attitude toward those bigger ticket purchases. And so obviously that's helpful over time. But what we're trying to stay focused on right now is, no matter who the consumer is in their current situation, how can we help them, whether that's financing, whether that's lease to own, whether that's buy now, pay later. We have many options that I think can help across a consumer demographic.
Okay, let's go back to PCs for a second. Do you think that these big companies, which don't have their own retail outlets, frankly, will be driving traffic towards you? And then when I get there, will there be people really well educated from Dell and Hewlett, HP, who will be able to tell me these differences?
Yeah, so I think that what everyone is going to look to do is find the right outlets where the consumer can find the most information. And we are, as you can imagine, arming ourselves on every angle to be the single best place to come experience this across the assortment. So you're going to see physical demos of all the products that you can touch and feel and play with. And importantly, you're going to see us certify and have zoned specialized associates in hundreds of our stores. And we know when we certify our employees, they have a better customer experience that tends to translate into a more fulsome purchase. We will have Geek Squad agents who are certified. We will literally have thousands of employees who are certified in the next generation of AI-enabled computing so that we can try to bring this to life for you in a way that really resonates.
Okay, it's not clear for me yet exactly what the timeline should be. If I want my new PC, when will I go to be able to get it, be sure you have it, and walk out with it?
The actual products from Microsoft will be available for purchase on June 18th, but we will have some demos in our stores available to play with, touch, feel, and start to look at even before that. And pre-orders are actually available now digitally, and those will be fulfilled in about the middle of June.
In the meantime, how's the Apple product selling?
This has been another bright spot for us, and I think it underscores the thesis that we have had about our business. We index best when there is innovation in the marketplace, because that is what we bring to life in partnership with our vendors better than anyone else. And we're seeing some strength in those new tablets, in the Pro and in the Air. And importantly, Jim, what that allows as well is some of the older generations of tablets, they come down in price as you have some of the new generations, which means you have value across the spectrum for anyone who's just looking for that new tablet. But definitely part of what we saw in that uptick in May from the trends we were seeing prior is some strength in that tablet category as people gravitate toward these beautiful new devices.
Absolutely. Now, look, one last thing. I know you're busy. I've got a huge schedule. June 16th, I know that's only a few weeks away. Will you let us go to one of your stores in New York City and sell us, and we'll all buy them, and we do it on film, because I would love for you to be there.
Jim, I would be happy to spend some time with you and the team, but let me be clear, it won't be me selling you. We have an army of blue shirts that are out there ready and waiting to try to be helpful, and they are super excited to see you.
Then we'll rely on them, and you can show us around the store. How about that?
That sounds perfect.
Fantastic. That's Corie Barry. What a quarter. CEO of Best Buy BBY. Yes, large position for the Charitable Trust. You can read all about it. We talked about it extensively today in our conference call. Mad Money's back there for the break.
Coming up, Cramer doesn't stay slumped for long. He's done his homework. Is the heat from this energy play flashing V for victory? Keep it here.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.